Hi, and welcome to the Rave TV. I'm Allie here with 21 Pilots. Welcome back, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
How are you guys today?
Really good. It feels good to be back, and this venue's really cool. I remember we were just kind of like reminiscing the times where we played like some of the smaller, because there's multiple venues in here, which is sweet. But we'd walk up to the ballroom and like just kind of like look around, and then hear a bunch of crazy noises, so we'd run away. But during the time, just kind of like, we're just kind of look at each other and we're like, we're gonna play in here one day. And that's kind of, I guess that's just how we like to think sometimes, and we're playing in there today, I guess. So.
And it's sold out in advance.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Really cool.
Yeah. Have you guys had any ghost encounters in the past or today?
I don't think I have in my life.
I think the closest we got was actually here at this venue. We were told that it was like haunted, and some stories had happened here. And Josh and I, like he was saying, we came upstairs to explore the big room, is what we would call it, because starting out you play all the small rooms. So we were playing the small rooms, and because there's a lot of venues around the country that kind of have that, but not nearly as big as this venue here. So we always liked to come and explore the big room before our show down in the smaller rooms. And as we were walking up the steps to go check it out, there was a group of guys. I don't know if they were like some sort of staff that worked here, and some men that were like, "Careful up there, it's haunted." We're like, "All right, cool." And so then when we went up there, and it was really dark, and the ballroom was just like this really just beautiful but very far and vast looking thing. And I remember vividly, we were standing there like in the middle, like, wow, this is crazy. Can you imagine playing a show, in a place like this? And then we heard like a noise up in the balcony, like I forget what kind of noise it was. It was like a bird sound or like a whistle almost. And then I was like, dude, did you hear that? That was totally, what was that? And then I heard another noise on the other side of the balcony, someone like moving something, like, it was like someone was banging on some sort of like metal or something. It was like ding, ding, ding. I'm like, oh my gosh, and we're freaking out, and we're like, dude, and I'm like, I think at that point we were like, I'm not really scared. Then something flew off of the balcony. It was like a small, like, made of maybe ceramic or glass or something, and it fell on the floor right in front of us and smashed all over the place.
Oh my god!
Literally, and it was just. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And at that point we were like, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
So we went pretty quickly out of the big room and have been afraid ever since. And here we are about to play the big room. Looking back, I do believe that the guys that worked here that saw us go up there gave us a little taste of it and said, careful up there, it's haunted. And then when we went up there, they took a different route, went up into the balcony and tried to scare us. So that's what I'm convinced happened.
But we'll never know.
But we'll never know.
We never will know.
I'm gonna go with Ghost.
Yeah,
you should be careful tonight
Ghost.
because you're playing up there.
Yeah.
So you're out on the Quiet is Violent tour, and you guys have a little bit of a different touring experience because you're out with your best friend, whereas most people are out with 4 or 5 other people. That must be a great experience to just share everything with your best friend. Am I right about that?
I think it's cool in a lot of ways. Well, I've played in some other bands before, and it's nice. I think in some ways it's nice to, because we're together all the time, pretty much. So it's like, and not in a bad way, but it's nice to be able to like have a couple other guys that you can kind of like go like talk with or whatever. But in so many ways, it's like it's really nice just to have 2 of us, in a lot of ways. And one is that we are like, we were friends for probably a year or so before we even started playing music together, which I think was like great because it kind of built more of a foundation than like, let's go on the road and play music. And a lot of it's kind of business, and a lot of kind of bands will deteriorate, or at least like the friendships kind of, fade or whatever it is. But I still like, Tyler's one of my best friends in the world, and and even after like 3 years of like traveling around and stuff, it's really cool. So I like it. I like having then, and I think even still we continue. I hope, but I think we get better on stage, kind of like reacting off of each other and kind of reading each other a little bit more and kind of like working in a cool kind of way with just the two of us on stage. So I like it.
Do you want to be in my wedding?
Is this you like officially asking?
Officially, yeah, I guess.
What day is it?
I have to get back to you on that.
Okay, well I'll do it. Yeah, I'm in.
It's in March.
Dude.
All right.
Thanks, man. That's awesome.
For sure.
I'm gonna be in his wedding.
That's great.
Yeah.
Glad you finally asked him.
Yeah, that's so.
I was just looking for the right time.
That's a great time.
This is the best time. With all the ghosts, too.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be nice to you now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
more witnesses here than we think.
Yeah. So can you guys kind of explain your logo and what it means?
The logo.
Mm-hmm.
When someone asks me what the logo means, I say, well, it means 21 Pilots. You know, it represents who we are. And a lot of bands will have a logo, but it has everything to do with the letters in their name mixed in a certain way to make something interesting. And we wanted to create something that was unrecognizable at first, and we wanted to build a brand and build something that meant something to us, but also could mean something to other people. And I wouldn't want to go into exactly like what it means exactly, but the fact that it's open to interpretation, it lets people take it and fill it with meaning. And I know it sounds super postmodern and dramatic and all that stuff, but it is something that it can really. I mean, just look at the story here in this venue, starting out and playing in front of 50 people and then coming back a year later or something and playing in front of like 200, 300 people and then later playing in front of, what's the cap in the big room now?
4,000.
4,000. Like, I don't know, there's something, I think the logo really captures what this band is all about, which is that it can people can put meaning inside of it. And they know that every time that we play, we're going to justify them spending money on a ticket and waiting in line and coming out here, and we'll never take for granted what it means to play in the big room, you know, if that could represent our career, you know, as things move forward for us. That logo has been there, and I won't forget sitting on my couch with my roommate Mark at the time, who had Photoshop opened up, and he threw a couple of shapes together and moved them around, and I was like, that's it, that's the logo. And back then we were nobody, and so it's kind of cool to travel with things like that and have them kind of, these inanimate objects, grow with us. That's what a logo kind of is to us.
That's a great answer.
No,
That was a great answer.
I just made that up on the spot.
No, that was a great answer. So after the tour finishes up, what's next for you guys?
More tour.
More tour?
Yeah, so we're kind of like doing this one, I think, all the way through October, and then in November we go to Europe for a little bit and play more, and then we get some holidays with our families, which is kind of nice, and then we'll just kind of start going into kind of studios or a studio and record our next record, which we're really excited about, because I think that the people have been kind of telling us that they want to hear new music, but I think even more than that, we want to play new music. So we're both really excited about that, and then right after that, we'll probably just do the whole thing again and go back on the road and play and tour and travel, and it'll just be that circle for a little while, I think.
You guys will have to come back here and play the big room.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
we love it here.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you guys for joining us for your sold-out show tonight.
Thanks for
Yeah.
having
Have
us.
a great time.
Thanks so much. Yeah.
And thank you for watching the Rave TV. Be sure to check out 21 Pilots' current album, Vessels. We'll see you soon on the Rave TV.